Hey, Internet, we need to talk. Specifically, fellow toy collectors out there on the Internet. There's so much going on, memes and YouTube videos and all sorts of chatter, Reddit, about the new Marvel Legends Todd McFarlane Spider-Man, the $50 one, right? And people are making all sorts of, oh my gosh, Hasbro's banking money on this thing like crazy to this is going to ruin toys. Well, as someone who has made very similar toys, I managed the DC Universe Classics line for Mattel for about 10 years or whatever it was, maybe 9 years. I managed waves 1 through 17, plus a Batman and a Green Lantern and a Superman movie mixed in there. So I have a lot of direct experience on what's happening with Marvel Legends. So I want to use that as a jumping off point for my credibility. Let's jump in here. Let's talk about this. So I will tell you right now, toys cost way more than people realize. Case in point, this Green Lantern pack with the three little sidekick aliens, the cat and the virus and Chip, or was it Chip or no? It was I forget the modern version of Chip. The point being is that cost more to make than this, just your average DC Universe Classics, or in this case, Green Lantern Classics figure. All right, so that's to start with. A lot of people don't realize that when you do small figures, the classic, where are you, right? Yoda and Wicket, right? How they were smaller than your average. I can't reach an actual classic figure, but here's a retro Mandalorian for scale. Just go with me on this. But yeah, these two, or individually, either one of them costs just as much as this one. Just because he's taller, I think has created this perception that it costs way less. There might be a little bit of savings in the amount of plastic, the difference in, but the expense is the assembly and the piece count is where it costs. And he has just as many pieces as the Mandalorian here, or I think kind of an actual vintage figure. All right, C-3PO, my C-3PO. So, of course I grabbed a vac metalized one with Borg. I'm doing terrible pulling examples today. But you see what I'm saying is it's not about, as Yoda says, size matters not. This new Spider-Man figure comes with a lot. And I know there's a strong feeling that it's not worth $50. But on the other hand, I don't think this was worth $25. So, $20 was kind of a nice spot for Marvel Legends. All of this increase in price we're seeing is not because the toy companies, whether it's Hasbro or Spin or Mattel or Jax, anybody, they're not all making more money. I feel like that's the biggest misconception. They have what's called a margin target that's set by the people who own the company, the stockholders, right? And they basically say, let's just go with Hasbro, all right? Hasbro, every toy you make has to deliver I'm just making up a number here, a 50% margin, just to have a nice even number, okay? So I can almost guarantee you they put as much into that Spider-Man pack, and I'm not being a Hasbro apologist, I'm just explaining how it works. I've sat in that seat. They basically put as much into that pack to get the margin to that minimum number and nothing, and not above it or below it. There's so many times we had so much going into the world, we couldn't go below the minimum number requirement. We could deliver more, if you saved money on a figure, that was always great. And, that's where sort of tooling comes into play, the one-time sunk costs. But that's outside the margin, so I don't want to confuse people. Point being is, I get the concern about the price, but the fact that it's sold through so quickly says that, while we may have to bitch about it, it would not have sold, even though, yes, the first batch may have only been 1,000 units for each seller. Who knows? That's what happened with one of our Motu vehicles. We only had 500 for the day of sale. It's sold out, and everyone's like, oh, the Wind Raider sold through. It's yeah, we only had 500 units that made it for the sale. The other, many, many thousand are still on a boat. So yeah, people do jump to conclusions when they see sellouts because you don't know how many were being sold. And the fact that it's back in stock tells me it was just a few units and now they're catching up. So, but it does create a positive, call it news story for Hasbro, that this, new highly articulated Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man, sold out and, doing great. What I do see happening here is we're going to probably see a lot more of this. From Marvel particularly, we kind of already know who they'll do. Just look at the last time they did a, deluxe Marvel Legends. I'm talking about the 12-inch Marvel Legends from a few years ago. It basically showcased not only all of their A-list characters, but the easy repaints. Those are kind of the qualifications to wind up in a line like this. You have to have at least multiple decos you can do, ideally, and it's an A-list character. So, Spider-Man, black suit. Captain America, U.S. agent. Wolverine, they could probably pull off brown and yellow. Deadpool, they did 3 different Deadpools in the Marvel 12-inch Marvel Legends. So then I absolutely think not only will Hasbro but then continue this in other brands. Will we see Maximum or Ultimate Darth Vader or Shipwreck? I don't know who's the most A-list G.I. Joe. I guess either way, yes. Whether Hasbro owns the brand or they're licensing it, this is going to be a successful strategy that they're going to want to replicate, because when it works one year, toy companies love to do it in another color for another brand the next year. If it's proven success, because everyone's scared of failure. And then I do see other companies following this suit too, just like, when Hasbro came out with their Titan series, Mattel quickly followed with their version of it. When Jakks was doing the 20-inch figures for DC and Star Wars, then Hasbro came out with their version of a low-cost 20-inch figure for like Captain America and Iron Man. So yeah, all the companies kind of do gather under certain scales, especially when they work, either low-end or high-end. So yes, I absolutely think that this sends a message to the industry that this is what people want. Whether fans are happy about that message or not, I'll leave that to you. I'm not being an apologist for anyone. I'm just trying to explain. And, again, the cost. Stands, really expensive. All that webbing, it's more expensive than you think. Plus, there's a lot of deco, a lot of heads, a lot of hands. I hate to say it, but as a toy maker, I will say I can see the $50 of X factory cost in that. So, this was clearly not a SKU designed to make money. It was meant to sell through. And I don't believe they could have sold it for less than $49.99, or they would have delivered below the margin requirements. All right. I hope that explained things without making it sound like I'm telling people how to feel, or, because I know everyone's very kind of emotional about this, rightly so. I get it. But, selling the most popular version of the most popular superhero in the world with a deluxe assortment of, accessories, it's just like, again, when Hasbro made 12-inch Marvel Legends, they tried a new scale or a new, form factor. It didn't work. This time they're sticking with the form factor. They're just including more stuff. And I think they found that collectors really like that. So, yeah, I don't think this is not moving the stock price of Hasbro. This is a one item amongst hundreds of thousands that they make. It's unbelievable how many actual SKUs Hasbro and Mattel make each year. This is just a fun thing, but it has, I think, proven by its sell-through, however many units those were, that there's interest. And you will not find this at Ollie's. You will never find Spider-Man at Ollie's. So get that out of your head if it ever wasn't it. This is not a character this is absolutely designed for Spider-Man fans of all ages. And this could become a big under the Christmas gift for a kid. People are saying kids would never buy this, but it's not their. Congratulations, you got a B+. This could be, one of their big presents for a birthday or $50 Spider-Man. I mean, I remember, getting a $50 Nintendo game. That was kind of the comparable price. Inflation's a bitch. I know. All right. I've got to stop babbling. I hope this cleared up things. If I missed anything or you'd like me to make another video, extrapolating or expanding on, please. I love explaining things. It's my favorite thing to do. Share this video. It's the best way to support this channel. Peace out, yo, and I will see you all in the next video.